Prcci was created to increase the number of clinical trials activities in Puerto Rico. Between 2010 and 2014, we saw a significant decrease on this activity. So one of the first steps that we did was trying to get a radiography of what was the main reason for that decrease, and then come out with a new way to do business and simplify the clinical trial activities in Puerto Rico. And that is how we create Prcci, that is a cooperative of clinical trial units.
Prcci is a large heterogeneous network of research sites across the island. We now have more than 20 members all across the island, and this heterogeneity is part of our strength. The biggest benefits, especially for sponsors and CROs, that Prcci provides are basically three things. We proactively monitor and assure a standard of quality across all our members. Then we ensure speed of execution for a fast study startup. And the third one is we freely promote all our members to our sponsors and CROs. Thus, with these three things, we managed to make Puerto Rico even more attractive for a clinical trial destination. And that's for the sponsors and the CROs.
We have a tremendous caveat of top-notch professionals, clinical researchers, basic science researchers, a history of having done very successful research activities, and that has continued to grow over the years.
Prcci is unique for two reasons. First is the location, it's Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has one leg in the US and the other leg in Latin America. So if you look at it, if you compare Puerto Rico with other Latin American countries, then we have unique advantages. We're under FDA rules, very strong and clear regulatory environment, but we're also very fast in executing trials compared to other Latin American countries.
So when I heard about the opportunity to join what I consider to be the most talented collection of talented minds in Puerto Rico to conduct research, it was a no-brainer. I had to join. It was irresistible and necessary for our organization to join forces with Prcci.
So that creates an opportunity to investigate and come up with solutions for those conditions. I can also add, issues like diabetes, a myriad of diseases that do exist here.
Para el paciente y para la comunidad en general, el que exista en Puerto Rico un consorcio donde se especialice en el área de investigación clínica es muy valioso. El poder buscar tratamiento para las distintas enfermedades y las distintas condiciones es muy importante para la comunidad en general y más para una enfermedad como la que yo represento, que impacta a más de 60,000 pacientes en Puerto Rico.
There is an absolute need for Hispanic participants in clinical research. And we have a good group of patients who will be willing to do so. But also moving into technology and moving into how to communicate with other Hispanic groups might be a consideration and might be a role that the Prcci could play.
The consortium has re-energized clinical investigations in Puerto Rico. We have seen through the years the decline of clinical investigations, and with the consortium on the island, we have re-energized and restarted a process, or reversing a process that was going on. So we're going to see an improvement in that area of clinical research.
I see PRCCI evolving in pragmatic clinical trials, in creating a very solid network of collaborations that have not been developed in Hispanic health in other places in the United States or in Latin America. It's a role model to developing these collaborations and a role model of how clinical research could turn in the future.
The clinical research landscape in Puerto Rico is underdeveloped compared to some US states or even European countries or Japan. This means that despite our initial success as PRCCI, we still have a lot of room to grow in terms of doing what we're doing right now, capacity and capability building with our existing members, helping them get better at what they do and do more. And also recruiting more members in our consortium and realizing more synergies.